Bonjour à tous and welcome to French for a Day. This is my little French corner on YouTube where I love to talk about French beauty, fashion and lifestyle. I'm not French, but I love France, and here I love to celebrate my love for France and for French culture. So let's go ahead and get started. If you're new and you love beauty talks, be sure to subscribe. I would love to welcome you to this beauty community that we have here, and if you're returning, welcome back, dear friends. Today we're talking about French makeup secrets. I think that one of the biggest mysteries of the French makeup is the complexion, how French women manage to get this beautiful complexion. It looks like they're not wearing any foundation, any makeup. Their skin just looks naturally beautiful. And this is what we're talking about today. I'm going to share with you 6 foundations and tinted moisturizers. These are going to be base products that are going to give you this flawless, gorgeous complexion that French women have. They don't look like makeup. It looks like you're not wearing makeup, but at the same time your skin is so flawless, gorgeous and beautiful. So let's go ahead and get started. Before I start showing you the makeup products and the foundations today, I wanted to give you a couple of tips on how to achieve this flawless complexion. Now, first of all, of course, I've mentioned this in my previous videos, but I'm going to mention it again. Skincare comes first. It's important to have a good, consistent skincare routine, because if you have beautiful skin, you're going to need to use less makeup. And then when you're choosing the foundation, it's very important to choose foundation that is going to be the right one for you and for your preferences and for your skin needs. There is no foundation or makeup product that works equally well for everyone. We are different, unique, and that's why I've chosen here different foundations. So choose depending on your preference and depending on what your skin needs. We're humans, so we all have periods of time when our skin looks gorgeous, fabulous, and it barely needs any covering and any foundation. And then we also have periods in our life where our skin is misbehaving. We have some redness, we have some things that we want to cover on our faces. So choose the foundation depending on your skin condition. If your skin needs a little bit more help, that's completely normal. If you have some pigmentation, redness that you need to cover, or some pimples, then I would suggest you to use a medium coverage foundation instead of a light tinted moisturizer. Because if you opt for a light tinted moisturizer and you have a lot of things to cover on your skin, you're going to be tempted to apply more and more product. And when you start layering the product, that's when it looks makeup-y, and that's when people are going to get the impression that you're wearing a lot of makeup, which is going to be true actually. It's better if your skin doesn't look its best, it's best then to choose foundation with medium coverage and use less to get this flawless complexion. Now we are starting with the foundations that I have chosen. I have 6 foundations here. 2 of them are tinted moisturizers and 4 are actual classic foundations. Each of these are my all-time favorites. I've used them over the years, and each of these foundations I have repurchased it already. So these are tried, tested, and I love them, and they work for different skin types. So let's go ahead and start with the first one. So here we don't have number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just choose depending on your skin condition and depending on your preferences. There is no number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of them are equally good. They are just going to work. Different products are going to work for different people. I'm going to start with one foundation that nobody talks about, and this is the Sisley Phyto Tan Ultra Eclat. This is a foundation that has light medium coverage. It is buildable, and this is an oil-free foundation, which makes it suitable both for people with oily skin and for dry skin. It works equally well, and this is what makes this foundation so unique and so beautiful. It looks exactly like skin. It doesn't settle into fine lines, pores. It has some skincare benefits. This is a foundation that is going to give you skin-like finish. It's going to look exactly like skin. It's not too glowy. It's not matte. It looks exactly like skin, and it doesn't make the skin look oily. It's suitable for all seasons and for all skin types, and that's why I love this foundation so much. I always feel confident and safe to use this foundation, even when my skin is very irritated. I have very sensitive skin. Sometimes it gets irritated, and I always feel safe to use this product. It works for every day, and it works for special occasions as well. Gorgeous product from Sisley. The next foundation is my favorite special occasion foundation, and this is the Clé de Peau Radiant Fluid Matte Foundation. This foundation works for all skin types, including dry skin. It has a natural radiant matte finish. It doesn't make the skin flat matte, but it offers a very beautiful skin-like finish to the skin, and it has medium coverage. It is buildable, so this is the best foundation for special occasions, or if your skin is not in the best condition and you need a little bit more coverage on a daily basis, I would suggest you to go for something like this, because it is invisible. It doesn't emphasize pores or fine lines. It looks exactly like skin. It is not glowy, and this is the kind of foundation that I would use if I want to cover something, or if the skin on the face is not even and it has some imperfections. This is the kind of foundation that is going to help to minimize those imperfections, and it's going to help to conceal imperfections without looking makeup-y. Also, this foundation looks beautiful for every day. If you have some pigmentation that you want to cover, or if you enjoy a little bit more coverage than a tinted moisturizer, I think that this foundation is excellent because you can use just a little bit. It's very stretchy, and blend it into the skin, and you're going to get medium coverage but without using a lot of product. I know that this foundation is quite pricey. The Sisley foundation, again, is quite pricey, but these are two foundations that I think are absolutely worth the splurge because they work even on sensitive skin. They are beautiful. And this foundation from Clé de Peau has 35 ml product, 1.1 ounce. I never go through a whole bottle, but I already have another bottle that I'm going to open soon because this one is getting old. Now, you can use these foundations for 1 year. On the Clé de Peau foundation, it says that you can use it for 24 months, which means 2 years. Even though it says 2 years, I'm usually not going to use foundation for more than a year and a half. To this foundation, I usually give it a year and 2-3 months, and then I have the new one ready to go, because I always like to have this one in my makeup kit, because this is just the perfect foundation in case my skin is misbehaving, or in case I need to go somewhere and I need this very flawless complexion. The next foundation, again, one that I keep repurchasing, is one of my all-time favorite everyday foundations, and this is the Givenchy Prisma Libre Skin Caring Glow Foundation. This foundation melts into the skin so beautifully. It has light coverage. So it is different from the previous two. The previous two, the Sisley has light medium coverage, the Clé de Peau has medium coverage, and this one is a light coverage foundation. It is buildable, but you can build it up to a light medium coverage. You can build it up more than that. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I would suggest you not to build up your base, not to build up the foundation product, because this is when it starts to look like makeup. And if you use a little bit on the skin, it sinks into the skin, melts into the skin, and becomes one with the skin. That's when people think that you don't wear foundation. You have a base, but even people that sit very close to you will not be able to notice that you're wearing foundation. This is what makes the whole French, the magic of the whole French makeup look. Now, the Sisley Skin Caring Glow Foundation is suitable mostly for people who have dry skin, normal to dry, normal to combination. I would say that this foundation is not suitable for people who have oily skin because it is very glowy. It has the most beautiful glowing finish on the skin. I love the glow that it gives to my skin, and I'm a person who has combination skin. I use this one even in the summer months because of the thin consistency. It somehow melts into my skin and looks beautiful. But I would not suggest you to try this foundation in the summer if you have oily skin. This is the only exception for this foundation. Other than that, this is my second bottle of the foundation. I know that I will always keep repurchasing this foundation, and I love to apply it also under my eyes because it gives me a little bit of coverage. It is a beautiful product from Givenchy. I can't say enough good words about this product. It looks so invisible and flattering on the skin. The next foundation is going to be a little bit more expensive, and this one, again, a foundation that has glowy finish. It's not as glowy as the Givenchy. It looks a little bit more natural, but still it has a glowy finish. And this foundation is the Chanel Numéro 1 de Chanel foundation. This one has medium coverage. It is buildable, but it's never going to become full coverage foundation. I think that French women try to stay away from full coverage foundations because these look very unnatural on the skin. Even if you have some imperfections on the skin, we are all humans. So let's normalize human skin. It's normal that sometimes you're going to have some imperfections or freckles or a little bit of pigmentation that is going to show through. The beauty of the human skin is just showing it, showing the confidence, and maybe using some products to make it look a little bit better, but not completely photoshopping your skin. So this foundation is going to be appreciated mostly by those of you that are, I think, 35 plus, because it has skincare benefits. And again, just like the other foundations, this one does not emphasize pores or fine lines. It sinks into the skin beautifully and it looks exactly like skin, but it's going to give you a medium coverage. You can use a little bit and just use it here and there like a concealer. Sometimes that's what I love to do with this foundation. If you apply it all over the face, then you're going to get this very beautiful, flawless base. It is a glowy foundation, not too glowy, but it's still going to give you a lot of glow. I would say that this foundation is suitable for all skin types, except if you are very oily and you're in your 20s in the summer. I would say that no need to buy this foundation, but it's a beautiful product. When I use this foundation, my skin always feels very calm, and if I have some irritations, I don't feel worried that it's going to become worse. If I have some redness, irritation, in fact, this is the foundation that calms my skin, along with the Sisley foundation. Again, these are two that feel calming on my skin. When I have redness or when my skin is angry, because I tested a lot of makeup, these are the foundations that I go for because I know that they are going to calm my skin. They really have some nice skincare benefits in them. And then the Givenchy Prisma Libre, this one has moisturizing ingredients. Next, we're moving on to the two tinted moisturizers that I'm going to recommend. And I am going to show you the two together because I want to show you the difference. These are tinted moisturizers and both of them are going to give you light coverage. I'm going to start with one of my all-time favorites, and this is the Chanel Water Fresh Tint. This is the most extraordinary complexion product that I've used in my entire life, and this is my most repurchased complexion product of all times. It is a water-based product, so it contains around 70% water. It's suitable for oily and for dry skin. It's suitable for all skin types and for all ages. This one is almost like a filter for your face. I would suggest you, if you've never tried this product, then go ahead, try it at the Chanel counter. I always ask you to give me your feedback about products because it helps me to assess makeup products when I get your view and when I get comments from you. It is very useful for me because it helps me to assess products. And for this product, I have never had a negative review from you. So this product, a lot of people purchase this product based on my recommendations over the years, and everyone has fallen in love with this product. It's very extraordinary. It just looks very invisible. This is like a filter in a bottle. It has a light coverage, and this is a very, I would say, extraordinary, exceptional product because sometimes I like to use it also for a special occasion. It is the most layerable product. I love sometimes to, if it's a special occasion, I love to use 2 layers all over my face, and still it looks so invisible. It gives me this glass skin effect. And even when my skin gets oily during the summer, I live in the Mediterranean region, so it is quite sunny. It's very hot, humid in the summer. I still don't fear to use this foundation because tinted moisturizer, tint, because it is a water-based product, so it doesn't add oil to my skin. It just adds water, hydration, and this makes it so exceptional and so beautiful. And it just conceals pores, imperfections, fine lines so beautifully. So this is the most unique product in my whole makeup collection. And then we're moving on to the Sisley Phytohydra 10. Now this is my favorite tinted moisturizer. I know that it is very expensive, but for me it's worth it because I have sensitive skin, and this is the product that I can use every single day, even when my skin is irritated. Now, I mentioned that my skin is very sensitive, so this one, the Sisley Hydra Phyto Tint, then the Water Fresh Tint, the Sisley Foundation, and the Numero 1 de Chanel foundation. These are foundations that I can safely use even when my skin is very red, very irritated, and they help me to calm my skin. Other than that, if it was not for these foundations, I feel afraid to use other products. I have a few other products that I love to use when my skin is irritated and they work well, but I'm not putting them into this video because they don't look incredibly beautiful on the skin. All of the foundations and all of the products that I showed in this video look invisible on the skin, and they conceal pores, fine lines, they don't emphasize any imperfections on the skin. So this is the perfect everyday tinted moisturizer. It looks exactly like skin. The difference between those two, both look like skin, both are completely invisible on the skin. They don't emphasize pores or fine lines or any imperfections. They just give you this nice filtered effect. This one looks exactly like skin, whereas this one is going to give you a little bit of this glossy glass skin effect. So this one is definitely glossier. It's going to give you a glossier finish on the skin. And this one looks exactly like skin. Like, just you applied your moisturizer and your skin just looks beautiful. That's it. So this is the main difference. More glossy and more natural looking. Yes, definitely. My answer is going to be yes, splurge on foundations, because this is the product that you should treat almost as you treat your skincare products. This is a product that is going to stay on your skin the whole day. You're going to apply it in the morning and probably remove it late in the evening. It is the product that is staying the longest on your skin, and it covers your whole face. So this is a product where I would definitely spend a little bit more money, just because I always want to look flawless, and skin for me is the most important thing. So you can save on mascara, you can save on eyeshadows, on blushes, but for foundation I love to splurge because I find a huge difference between cheaper, more affordable foundations and the expensive ones. Now, a lot of you asked me to share with you some affordable makeup products that I would use. I could share such products because lately, in the past few months, let's say 6 months, I have been testing on a regular basis affordable makeup products, and what I found is that I cannot find a complexion product, I cannot find a foundation that performs equally as these here. I will not replace them with a more affordable option. Of course, there are some affordable foundations that perform better than other luxury foundations that I have, but these 6 specifically, I will not replace them just because they feel very calming on my skin. They look invisible and they are truly beautiful. So yes, I would splurge on the complexion product. Now, I'm completely honest with you always, all the time, and I really wanted to try affordable foundation that I wanted to include in this video. And I wanted to do this video a long time ago, but I wanted to make sure that I'm testing a lot of affordable bases, a lot of affordable foundations and tinted moisturizer. None of these performs as good as the ones that I showed in this video, and none of the affordable foundations or tinted moisturizers that I've tried deserves to be part of this video, because they either look good for just a couple of hours, or they irritate my skin, or I didn't really have a good match in terms of color and it started to look weird during the day. So these are absolutely stunning for me. And truth to be said, when I was younger, when I was in my mid-20s, Vichy used to have a foundation, a liquid foundation that was very nice, and it reminds me a lot of the Chanel Le Beige liquid foundation, but it's not on the market anymore. They replaced it with something else that I don't like anymore. So these are the best foundations, in my opinion, for the perfect the ultimate French makeup look. And I have a lot of other foundations that are absolutely gorgeous, but they didn't make it here into this video because they are either too expensive for what they offer. Here I have taken into consideration the price versus the performance of the product, and also products that I keep repurchasing all the time. And these are the very best in my opinion. Now, if you are on a budget, what I would suggest you is to choose a foundation because it's going to last you for a little bit longer. You're going to use less product and it's going to last you for longer. So I would suggest you any of these if you are on a budget. If you are on a budget, I would not suggest you to try the 2 tinted moisturizers because I go through those very quickly because they are tinted moisturizers and I use a lot of them. I use a little bit more of them, and I go through a bottle of this or the Sisley one much quicker. And I barely go through a bottle of any of the foundations that I showed you because you're going to use a lot less because they have more coverage. So these are going to be more cost effective. And yes, they are expensive, but if you choose one of the foundations, you're going to use it for a whole year. The Clé de Peau, they say it's good for 24 months, so you're probably going to be able to use it for a year and a half. I wouldn't suggest you to use it for 2 years. No foundation should be used for 2 years. This is liquid product and you're putting this on your face, so always be careful. But if you were to save money, I would say go for a foundation, not a tinted moisturizer. So that was all for today's video. Thank you so much for spending time with me, and let me know in the comments below what are going to be your top foundations. I would love to hear from you. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. À bientôt!